One and all, welcome back to Up for Debate, a show in which three generations of family go head to head on a variety of topics. We have me, the Gen Zer, pause for dramatic effect. We have Noey B, the millennial, and then we have our Gen Xer, formerly known as the baby boomer from Brooklyn, my mother. Yeah. What's up, guys?
Hi. Hey, gentlemen. Hey, buddies.
What it do?
The gang's back together. What's going on?
Can't call it. If I do, I'll spoil it.
That's a good one. Is that new?
Are you typing it? I
No.
saw your hands move as soon as I finished saying it. I was like, it wasn't that good.
You just put me on the spot. I was trying to be low key while I was doing something. You just put me on the spot. Damn.
Sorry.
Jeez Louise.
My
So
apologies.
anyway, so there has been a topic of discussion that has been on social media. It's been on Instagram and it's been on Reddit. Now, I don't know who came up with this list, and I'm hoping that it was not a non-melanated person that came up with the list.
Due to the structure of the list, I think it was.
You think so?
I thought there was a lot of names that shouldn't have been in there.
I thought so too. I thought there was a lot of shots fired. You know, because I think part of the list was very disrespectful to some of the dearly departed.
Oh, like people that have passed away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know what we're talking about a list of the 50 worst rappers of all time. And this list, 50 worst rappers of all time, it's subjective. I'll say that.
As all lists are. Let's preface it.
As all lists are. It does not have any rhyme or reason to how it was put together. It doesn't have a span, because it seems like it's, because if you're doing of all time, it doesn't go back to when rap actually started. You know what I mean?
Right.
Some of these people, I have no idea who they are.
Same.
Is this like number one being the worst and
Probably.
50 just
Being
the
Nah,
I don't
least
know.
of the worst?
I would think one is the worst based on the nature of the list. One is the worst.
Because Silk the Shocker at number one is shocking. Lil Yachty at number two, I'm good with that.
Master P.
I don't know about that. OJ the Juice Man is at number four. He belongs there just for the name.
Lil Flip.
I think mad
Sunshine,
people should have
I
came
call you mine.
I'm good with it.
Vanilla Ice.
Lil Pump. I don't have an order,
Vanilla Ice.
but for me, it's just like if you're on the list or not. So I would take off Silk the Shocker. I would take off Master P.
Lil Pump, don't know who he is. Smoke Perp, don't know who he is.
6ix9ine is definitely staying on the list for me.
Yes.
Diddy can't be considered a rapper. Come on.
Yeah, he's coming
Yeah.
off this list. He's coming off this
Come on.
list. And all his bars were written by other
That's what I'm
rappers.
saying. Like,
Who's Gouda Gouda?
Gouda. he's off
Who's Gouda Gouda?
he's off Young Money. But like, he was relevant when Bedrock came out.
I can make you okay. Waka Flocka Flame.
He should not be on that
You
list.
ain't got no
Okay.
argument with you ain't got no argument
Okay.
out of me.
Waka Flocka. I'm speaking from my generation. Waka Flocka shouldn't be on that list.
Okay.
I wouldn't put him on the list just because I actually like him. Not because I
Yeah,
think
I mean,
he's a
he-
great rapper.
But here's the thing: are we judging this list? I don't know how he made the list, but are we judging this off of like rappability? Are we judging this off of their capability or ability to make good songs or good music? Because Waka Flocka has a lot of You know what I'm saying? Great songs.
And I couldn't tell you not one of them.
Who else we got on here? There's a bunch of people who actually
Coy Leray.
like Yang Yang Twins. That's a classic group.
Yeah,
Or
niggas
duo,
can't rap
rather.
though.
Yin Yang Twins is on there.
Yang Yang Twins is on.
But first of all, that's a group. You can't put groups like they put Saint Lunatics. That's a group.
Yeah, niggas can't rap either.
Yeah, but that's a group.
Murder. Shot.
Birdman.
You can't put Gucci Mane on there. That's disrespectful. You can't put Gucci Mane on there.
Kid Boo. Yeet. Who's Yeet? Benzino.
They got
Come
Vanilla Ice
on.
on
I
here.
used to run Rock the Party. You rock the party. Reap the party.
What's hilarious is they have Benzino and his daughter on here.
Who's his daughter?
Coil Ray.
Oh shoot.
That's hilarious.
Guess it run in the family. Plies.
We got RZA on here. I mean,
That's just disrespectful. Now, if you put him down as an actor,
yeah, all right. Then we could have a conversation.
Yeah, they put Eazy-E on here. That's funny.
Nuts.
that's disrespectful.
Nuts. That's how you know this ain't come from no black person. And if it did, that'd be as shocking as the DC Sniper review. Honestly,
NBA Manny Fresh.
Nigga can't
it's
rap.
kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's my DJ.
I mean, he good on a hook, but
Chief Keef.
Young Thug nor Gunna should be on here. No cap.
Cardi B.
They have questionable lyrics, but they should. Cardi B, yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
is that fair though? Like, can we consider people who don't write their stuff rappers?
Cardi B doesn't write her stuff.
No.
I think Cardi I think she writes her stuff, but even if she does, like there's a specific flow and like I
It's widely known that she doesn't write her stuff. She said
it
it.
don't matter if I write rhymes, I write checks.
Yeah, I mean that's for most people is the differentiation between an artist and
Soulja Boy, Drake.
Drake's on here.
No, remember him on the Breakfast Club? Drake. No.
But certain people like Chief Keef, Gucci Mane, Soulja
Nick Cannon.
Boy.
Nick Cannon off the top of the dome. Nick Cannon. No, I mean, okay. On Wildin' Out, Nick Cannon is he can freestyle. Don't do that. Nick Cannon can freestyle better than a lot of these people that's out here.
Joke for the past 38 seasons of Wildin' Out
Is that his
Nick
albums?
makes horrible music.
Yes, but Nick Cannon can freestyle better than most of these rappers out here. Come
I'm
on.
sure.
Can
It's
we
very
agree?
weird.
We're not talking
Can we
about that,
agree?
though. I'm
But
sure.
rappers, he can
But that's what I'm saying.
freestyle.
We have to then- we have to
In
then-
my opinion, one of the criterias of a great rapper is being able to freestyle. If you can't freestyle, sit your ass down.
I think Nick Cannon has two things. Like, I think things work like in a weird way for him. One, I think it's just kind of like the way people see him. Like, there's Nick Cannon, Nickelodeon, this and Gigolo, and like there's the funny guy that's Nick Cannon. But then when he is, you know, on Wild 'N Out, or when he's doing interviews, or when he's actually being serious about the music, it's like, all right, this is a completely different person. Like, nobody knows this dude plays mad instruments. He sings. He can actually rap. Like, so to me, it's like that line where it's like, all right, what you did publicly, I can't really tell if it was something that you were doing seriously or not, but I've seen you be serious. And when you are serious, you're actually really good at what you do. So to me, I wouldn't put him on this list. Now, for people who think he should be on the list, I totally understand why. Because again, there's been that line of like, versus, you know, oh, it's actually really dope. But he's kind of just that kind of person.
He has bars.
He's not considered a rapper, though. He's not considered a rapper. Does he rap occasionally? Sure. He's not a rapper. Why is he even on the list?
He came out with rap albums. That's why.
Ain't enough.
Yeah.
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow should not be on this list.
Shaq came out with rap albums. He ain't a rapper.
I know a lot of people give Bow Wow, a hard time, but Bow Wow shouldn't be on this list.
You think he should?
No, not at all. Not at all.
I don't think certain people should be on this list simply because of the impact that they've had on the culture. Like Soulja Boy, Chief Keef, Gucci Mane, like
Soulja Boy started a whole new.
Their influence on what has happened now or what's happening now is unquestionable. People can say what they want about Chief Keef, but that whole drill rap, like that came from him, or at least he made it popular. Like in middle school, what was that? Like 2013, 2014, around that time? Like he was on top of the world.
I have a confession.
What?
I don't think Nelly should be on this list.
Manicured toes?
I'm a sucker for cornrows and manicured toes. Fendi Capri pants and big parachute goes. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think Nelly should be on this list either. For sure.
Nelly got hits.
But that's the thing. When you tackle stuff like this, you have to determine, or not determine, but solidify criteria. Like a lot of these names.
Why? I mean, he did say, "I'm taking them straight out of high school right into the pros."
Yeah, but he was mad young when he said that.
A metaphor?
I don't know, Nelly. What dost thou mean?
Do a Nelly lyric breakdown?
I don't know. But it was disrespectful that they put Flo Rida and Pitbull as one and the same. Like
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That was disrespectful.
Honestly, that's more hilarious than it is disrespectful. Because what? like
they are two totally different people. They're not a group.
Flo Rida / Pitbull.
And I love Pitbull.
Oh God.
Like I would go see Pitbull in concert.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Mr. 305? Come on. Pitbull got hits for days.
Like the Pitbull, even if it is coming off as disrespect. You spend money on a Pitbull concert?
You know how many routines that I have did to Pitbull?
Not enough to go to a concert. Even if I got a free ticket, I'm selling that joint.
Anyway, who's G Herbo?
Pitbull in a suit talking about, no.
I know you want me. Come on now, you be like,
I'm good.
You know you
got Petey Pablo on here.
But yeah, Petey Pablo.
Petey Pablo was a vibe.
That one got me.
They had
Petey
two
Pablo
songs.
was a vibe.
Only song I know from Petey Pablo is the one he performed on Drumline. But it was hard.
Mike Jones. I don't know.
So looking at this list, for me, all right, so Silk is coming off, Yachty can stay, Master P's off, Juice Man can stay, Flip can stay, Pump can stay, Smoke Perp can stay, 6ix9ine can stay, Gutta can stay, Diddy's off.
Who's Tom McDonald?
Who knows? Flock, he's off. Coil Ray stays. Birdman stays.
What about Future?
For me, he stays.
Future got to come off.
I'm not a fan of Future, so
neither am I. But his influence and you know what I'm saying, his consistency,
that's great. But
RZA has to come off.
RZA's definitely
RZA has to come
off.
off.
Yeah,
Nelly has to come off. Eazy-E has to come off.
Benzino can stay. Yeet can stay. Kid Boo can stay. Vanilla Ice
Iggy
Cream
Azalea can stay.
She sure can. Lil B can stay. Gunna, Chief Keef, Soulja Boy, Manny Fresh. They're all good on this list with me. Nick Cannon's off.
Uzi got to come off.
Chingy is definitely staying. The Saint Lunatics, they're staying. Bow Wow's off this list. C Murder, I'll take him off the list. Whatever. G Herbo. French Montana.
Who's Riff Raff?
Oh, white guy. You know if you saw him probably.
Mm-mm.
The name sounds familiar, so I'm gonna.
Nah,
Refer
he
to
got it.
Chris
He got
on
to
that
stay on the
one.
list. He got to.
French Montana. We didn't. Who French?
Oh no. Riff Raff. He got to stay.
What about
I'm-
French?
I'm fine with French being on this list. I mean, I'm not a big French fan anyway.
Same. He keeps a record in the tuck every
Yeah,
summer,
but that's for me.
that-
Like, you
I don't
can
think
make
he's a
great
good
records,
rapper.
but to me, you're not like a dope rapper.
But that's the thing. I don't think
I'm just going based on
you
my
need to be a
criteria.
dope
What's dope to me?
rapper to not be on the list. I don't think you have to be a dope rapper to not be on the list. But if you consider to be on the top 50 worst rappers of all time, like
Yeah, this
I don't
list
think
is
if
highly.
you're coming out with a hit record every summer, I don't think you deserve to be on the 50 worst rappers of all time, respectfully.
This list is highly subjective and highly.
Oh yeah, because I know most of the world wouldn't put Gucci Mane on this list, but I'm cool with it because I'm not a fan. So, like,
Designer.
I'm good with it. Petey
Tony
Pablo,
Yayo.
good with it. Young Thug, super good with it. I mean, Flow Rider Pitbull.
Like, a flow riding pitbull. Like what?
I feel like he just disrespected them. Like, yeah, they do the same
Like
thing.
you don't even get your own line.
They're different versions of the same
Coy
person.
Lorraine get her own line, and
You know
OJ
what,
the
though?
Juice Man.
This is a good question because there has to be a differentiation between pop music and what you would consider to be rap music. Because Pitbull and Flo Rida
Are
make
not
pop
rappers.
music.
Yeah, they're not rappers.
They make pop music.
Mm-hmm.
They
So
make,
they're off the
in
list.
terms of the technical sense, they're rapping, but they make pop music.
Yep.
Does Pitbull actually rap?
That's what I'm
He
saying. He
does.
just say everything in
I mean,
Spanish.
he's more
he just kinda like-
reggaeton.
He kind of just talks.
That's exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I know you won't, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even really be saying, like, he doesn't put more than like 2 bars together at once.
I
Like,
got it locked up like Lindsay Lohan. Put it on my life. Dale.
you know what
I
I'm
make you
saying?
feel
Like,
right. Dale.
Like he got an AB rhyme scheme. Like it really don't, you know, AABB. There's really no variation in Pitbull's.
No,
lyrics.
come on. Pitbull got hits for days. I love Pitbull.
I'm not saying he ain't got hits.
Yeah, I'm not saying he don't got hits, but he ain't a rapper.
He ain't a rapper.
I don't know what
Tony
you would
Yayo
call-
got to come
call
off this
it.
list.
Shorty so seductive, dancing on me.
Yeah, I don't know how they put Tony Yayo on this list. Ying Yang Twins, cool. I'm good with. I don't even know who Tom McDonald is. Doesn't even sound like a
I
rapper.
was just asking, who is that?
Future, Iggy, definitely. Nelly, I'm cool if he comes
Nelly,
off.
you could come off the list, Nelly.
RZA, no. Playboy Cardi is absolutely staying. Eazy-E, I mean, he's not
Come
a great
off
rapper,
the list.
but he's got to come
But
off.
he, like, come on. NBA young
Wait,
boy
so
don't
what's
even know
your
who
reasoning
you
for
are.
him coming off the list?
Eazy-E,
Eazy-E? Yeah, what's your reasoning?
he's a legend.
Even though Ice Cube wrote all his raps, I mean,
He's a legend.
yeah.
I agree, but
It's
what's your
Eazy-E.
reasoning for him coming off the list?
He's a legend. There's just certain things you don't touch. You don't touch Eazy-E. You don't touch Stevie Wonder. You don't touch like certain things you don't touch. You don't touch Whitney Houston. Like you just don't touch it. Leave it alone.
But I think that in certain cases, like music, there has to be a certain level of transparency and honesty. Like just because you're critical of somebody doesn't mean that you're disrespecting their legacy. Like
Yeah, but you
there's
can't say
certain
he's one of
rappers-
the worst rappers of all time. You can say
100%.
he was not the one of the
100%.
worst rappers of all time.
100%. I'm just asking what your reasoning for him coming off the list was, and your answer was just that he's a legend.
Now you can say Rappin' Duke, like we talked about the other day when we were talking about Digital Underground. We were talking about the Humpty Dance. You know, we were talking about that. Rappin' Duke, da ha, 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 ha. Like all of that, you can talk about that being all right. You can even talk about Rapper's Delight. And be like, because when I was doing the mixes for your aunt's party, and I was in here being DJ K105, and I played Supersonic, and that's JJ Fad. Like, I have all like the old school hip hop rap songs. I even played MC Hammer, Turn This Mother Out, right? So I was in here jamming, and then I was listening to the lyrics, and I was like, wow.
It was a different time, you know.
Yeah, but then I was listening to Kid and Play, and I was like, yeah. And I was listening to Salt and Pepper. So like some Salt and Pepper don't get the credit they deserve. Even Latifah, she don't get the credit she deserves. Light, she don't get the credit she deserves. Some people.
I mean, for certain rappers during that time, if you want to consider them to be rappers, there's especially for hip hop is very sensitive to whatever's going on at the time. So when you look at, the Kid and Plays and the Heavy D's and the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was kind of centered around like entertainment rap. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but Heavy D was
rap
tough.
That you dance
Heavy
to.
D, Heavy D lyrics. Heavy D lyrics was tough. Heavy D was a lyricist.
All that. But I'm just saying in terms of content and cadence and production, like, it was centered around like rap that you could dance to. You know what I'm saying? That you could bop to or whatever. Like, there's really not a lot of that right now.
No.
Obviously, because of
the time that we live. The time that we live in.
Everything is so hard. Like, it gotta be. I'm robbing you. You know what I'm saying? I'm shooting your mother. You know what I'm saying? There's really no.
Like
really
Steve
no
Harvey said,
right now.
"I shoot you in the face. I watch." You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I'll take 90s, 80s, 90s hip hop any day. Early 2000s hip hop any day. Like, over what's out now any day. Because it's just a different vibe. Like, even like you listening to Mobb Deep, or you know what I'm saying, or the Locks. It's just even though they're what?
I don't think this is a good example. Mobb Deep lyrics and the Locks lyrics.
But I'm saying, even though they were hardcore, it's still a different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you listening to Shook One? That honestly has stayed alive. It just migrated underground. That feeling or that sound that you're talking about, that just migrated underground. But it's definitely still there. We're in a renaissance now. You're just not aware of it in terms of that feeling and that essence of, that 90s, 2000s hip, maybe not 2000s. That 90s, 90s.
That feel. You know what I'm saying?
Like, when they come on, like, I want to be like, tape, now everybody in the 313.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to feel like, you know what I'm saying? I want to feel that vibe, you know? I don't be feeling it.
Think of all the rappers that you just named. To me, these 50 don't even belong in the same category as any of those people you were just talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
But when I'm talking about like the 50 worst rappers, those people that you were just talking about, Heavy D's and Wu-Tangs and, the Eazy-E's, if you want to call it that, because granted, he didn't write the lyrics, Ice Cube did, and we know he's nice. So it is what it is. But these dudes don't compare to that. So to me, just comparing them is just like outside of RZA. Like, I don't know why they took. I mean, I know RZA says stuff that's crazy sometimes, but like, he's nice. Like, it just is what it is. But yeah, these dudes don't belong in that category. So to me, that's like, I'm comparing these dudes in my mind to like Nas and Jay-Z and LL Cool J, and you know what I'm saying, like Raekwon and the rest of the Wu-Tang Method Man. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the people that I'm thinking of, like Rakim and Eric B, even Eminem. Like, these dudes, or even like rappers of today, like Game and stuff like that. These dudes don't rap like those guys, so I don't even Like I was actually
Apples
just
and oranges.
like a side note. So, a lot of people or women, I should say, think Megan Thee Stallion is an amazing rapper. Now, does she have? Because she was just on L.A. Leakers or
Ooh.
whatever. Megan Thee Stallion.
No, you said a lot of women. I'm like, what
No, a
women?
lot of women like if you go on in, a lot of women like, oh, she's a great rapper, whatever. Now the thing about it is, like, I thought Joe Budden said something. Not Joe Budden. I forgot one of his co-hosts on the podcast. He was like, "Yo, it's the same content all the time. I mean, you can only rap about dingling but so many times. Like at some point, and the way I feel about her, because I think she could be like, I get tired of seeing chicks like being butt ass naked on TV doing like, it's just like, yo, either you can rap or you can't. Like you don't got to sell your body to sell your rap. If you got to do that to sell the rap, then can you really rap?
Well, that's what Cardi B actually made mention of. She said that she tried to do more conscious, more substantive stuff, and it didn't sell. So that's why she has to constantly
But that's okay.
Talk about stuff like that, because that's nobody wants to hear conscious.
Because nobody thinks it's real. Like, no, it doesn't feel real coming from you. Nobody is looking to you for that because you already cemented yourself. If you spent your first mixtapes and album talking about this and whatever, you already entered this game like, yeah, I'm just the party chick or whatever the case would be. It's hard to recover from stuff like that once you promote yourself for an extended period of time to be a certain way. And it's kind of like, I think Pusha T is super nice. I think he's super nice, but I can't listen to you talk about selling coke every record, bro. Like at some point we've got to elevate, like how many different,
the conversation.
You know what I'm saying? How many different ways can you chop it up?
That's a good point for sure. But even as a listener, I think that becomes subjective as well, because if you are, as a listener, if you're looking for something specific, then you should know as a listener that you shouldn't go to certain people for certain things. If you're looking for Pusha T to talk about something else, that's on you. That's not on Pusha.
No, you know I'm not looking for him to do anything. I'm just simply saying, when you talk about people being great, like I can look at Jay-Z and be like, yo, he talked about doing this. Nas talked about doing this. 20 years later, they're not still rapping about the same thing. Like, yeah, at some point,
reasonable doubt and 444.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a story in between those. So it's kind of like you started out and he was telling me, you know what I'm saying, I'm the weight pusher and all this other stuff in 1999. And then in 2022, you're telling me the same thing. And again, I'm not saying that he's not nice, and I'm speaking solely for myself. It's just like, all right, nigga, like, I feel like if you can't, it's like a basketball player. If you can't go left, you're one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, come on, bro. Like, can you rap about anything else? Can you go somewhere else? Can you do something else? You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, he might just be like, yeah, I'm catering to my audience. Because I went to his concert with my boy the other, like a few months ago. And like, I've never seen a more diverse crowd at a concert, I don't think, like ever. And it was just like, they knew every word. And I was like, yo, I've never seen anything like this. Like, you had Asians, you had Indians, you had Middle Eastern, you had everybody, like every race that you could think of was in there. And I was like, yo, this is actually super dope. But again, for me, it was like we spent the entire night listening to this nigga talk about selling drugs. So it was just like, I remember I was standing there looking around and everybody's rapping like, oh, I'm pushing weight, nigga. It was just like,
I honestly would rather people talk about pushing it than using it, because it's just like now everybody talk about popping it and ingesting it. Like, nigga, like we would, at least back in our day, we was talking about selling it and not being a junkie. Like, now everybody junkies. I mean, I wouldn't be proud to talk about being a dealer, but I ain't proud to be a junkie either.
They all do that. So to me, to some degree, it's reality to them. Not saying it's a positive reality,
glorifying your
but
your drug addiction.
But yeah, this 50 worst rappers of all time list, like, take off a handful of them, the rest can stay.
Well, because we're talking about back in the day, people used to fake their street cred. Remember, they used to fake, because back we didn't have social media like that, so they used to fake that they was gangsters. You know what I'm saying? They used to fake.
It still happens.
It still happens. Oh wow! I didn't know people still, because now people can find out. Like, people can really find out.
I think it's a little different the way it happens today, though. Like, as speaking to what you're saying, like about back in the day, like I remember I remember, this is purely based on like having two older brothers and doing my own personal research. But like, I remember when they did that to LL Cool J, like, yo, you soft, you ain't hard, you not out here like that and whatever. And then he went in the studio, made Mama Said Knock You Out, and started to prove to people like, nah, like, yeah, I sing these songs for women, I get it, but I can actually rap. Like, so to me, that's like the definition of being true to the game, being true to yourself, being a real rapper. When people call you on it and it's just like, yo, I can go in the studio and give you these bars. Like, don't try, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't, like, if somebody's sitting there talking about 6ix9ine ain't a real rapper, he ain't this, he ain't that, he ain't all this other stuff, is he going in the studio and giving you bars? No, he's not.
They can say he's not, and he is not. No rapper can rap quite like I can. I take a muscle-bound man and put a face in the sand. Yeah. We can say go LL and do the right. So people is out here making up their own stories, and you have a white man that's out here making up an artificially intelligent rapper called FN Meka. That's right. Made a black male cyborg called FN Meka. And FN Meka was signed to Capitol Records and dropped a video and had a whole song using the N-word, and he was shown being beaten by the police in the video. And this video and this
So lost.
Yeah, because I can just imagine the board meeting where it's just like, so how are we gonna promote this? Just show him being beat by the cops, guys. I mean, like, come on. Like, what? There was no black people at that table.
FN Meka was created in 2019 by Anthony Martini and Brandon Lee, the co-founders of Factory New. And they built it as the first of its kind in the next generation music company, specializing in virtual beings. You see, this is what happens when white people get their hands on stuff and try to create something that needs no creation. See, you don't need to create anything artificial because there's already things that are naturally here that do the job quite well. So after the video came out of the N-word speaking, rapping, artificially intelligent black FN Meka on the floor in an orange jumpsuit getting beaten with a baton by the police, by the white police, Capitol Records dropped the artist, and they apologized.
They dropped the artist.
Yeah.
They said backspace.
Yeah. Backspace, delete. They dropped it. So, was this a tone deaf?
Man, let me tell you. I'll tell you like this. Look, the obvious. This is why, especially with social media and how things are run in today's society, I look past all of that surface controversial nonsense because that's the stuff that they're looking for you to react to. So I'm not even looking at that. That's the obvious stuff. What I'm looking at is what's the reason? Like, what's the play? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, the N-word and getting beat in a jumpsuit and the artificial whatever, that's all gonna raise eyebrows and cause conversations on social media, whatever. But long term, what does this mean for like music? Like, what are they trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the reason for even developing an idea like this for a boardroom or a company to say, yeah, this is great? You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, there's some type of agenda or monetary, you know what I'm saying? Something that is involved in a longer term play that they're trying to infuse within the music industry and I feel like honestly within the next 10 years this situation in the grand scheme of things probably seems small, but I feel like it's going to have a lasting impact on the direction of how music goes.
I see what you're saying with that. I would disagree for this reason, because people shut it down as soon as they saw it. So I think their goal was to, I don't even think they had like a major goal personally. I think it was kind of just like, yo, this metaverse thing and these avatars seem to be a pretty big deal. Let's see if, that can work musically. And they tried something. I'm sure it didn't cost them a lot. You know what I'm saying? Just like, find somebody who can put something together, mock something up, and then release it to the world, make some music and see what we can do. You pay somebody.
But remember, that has been in the making since 2019.
Yeah. So, yeah, but think about, so the metaverse and all that other stuff, I'm sure it's probably been, I always think the heads of all these corporations know what's happening. So to us, the metaverse and all that extra stuff is new, but to them, I'm sure they knew about it, might have even invested. Like, dudes is out here buying digital real estate. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think they tried something and they figured, people might love it. You know what I'm saying? Let's shoot our shot. If it works, great. If it doesn't, we're not losing anything. And then you see where it is. But I think the way people like just were vehemently against it, I kind of think could potentially close the door on it. If this was something that lasted through the ages, then it would be like whatever. But you have mad people who were like, yo, there's real rappers and real people out here who will get up and wear that ugly ass green outfit and with the green hair and all the other stuff that you put them in. And they'll do whatever it is that you want to do with that. But, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it'll save record companies a lot of money to promote a fake artist as opposed to a real artist. And you ain't getting no pushback from that fake artist because the dude who did the voice is black and he ain't getting no money.
Well, FN Meka has more than 500 monthly Spotify subscribers and more than 1 billion views on its TikTok account.
And that's kind of where things are going. Well, things have been going. It's like, especially with Instagram and TikTok, like that's how people now, like that's mainly what people use to get their news, promote themselves, sell things. Like it's through social media. There's really no conventional channel for, you know what I'm saying, putting yourself on. But in terms of what Noey's saying, I think how fast it got shut down is irrelevant, mainly because that specific company got shut down. That's not to say that foreign companies or other labels haven't already had the same ideas or thought that this was a great idea to even start up again. You know what I'm saying? Like people said the same thing about cryptocurrency when it came out. Now look.
Yeah, they'll go back into
people
the lab.
Will find a way to make something work.
They'll redress
value in it.
They'll redress it.
100%. 100%.
Rename it.
100%.
And then come back under a different guise and call it something different.
100%.
It'll get shut down again.
Guarantee you it won't. And even if it does, it's like weeds. Once people see something new, the people who like the masses will gravitate towards essentially it's a hive mentality, really. they're not going to like something unless everybody else likes it, or they're not going to hate something unless everybody else hates it. It's very few people that will stick to their guns and say, no, I don't like this. This is nothing cool or whatever. It's a high mentality. People said a lot of the same stuff about TikTok when it first came out. Now look at it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of companies or ideas that you can go back to and say people thought it was nonsensical and shut it down. And then years later, it resurfaced as this big thing. Zoom. You know what I'm saying? It just takes a moment for it to blow up. That's it. That's it.
Zoom is a little different.
I'm just saying conceptually, you know what I'm saying, about people thinking something is a horrible idea initially, and then it revamping itself into something crazy. Amazon. Nobody had any foresight into Amazon doing what it's doing now when it first came out. Amazon has literally monopolized every market that you can possibly think of.
I ordered before 11 o'clock. My package is here. I might even get it the same day. Depending on the thing.
I think at this point, I think we all need to understand the value in ownership.
100.
Ownership, and because of the fact that for so long we have been the mold of everything creative and everything from rock and roll to blues to jazz to gospel to hip hop. We have been the mold. We have been the creators of everything hot. You know what I'm saying? And then here go FN Meka coming along with an orange jumpsuit and a baton, trying to beat it out you and take it somewhere that it shouldn't. And if you had ownership of what you created, then can't nobody come and take it. And if they did try to come and take it, you can sue their asses until the cows came home.
Message.
And be like, not here, not today. Bye. But
I don't know.
How is it that we created something but we don't own it?
100.
Well, I agree with that.
That's large.
Sure. I just can't see this artificial. I get how it works on TikTok. I get how anything works on TikTok. It's a couple of seconds, a minute worth of doing whatever. People make songs specifically for TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't even making full music. It's like, let me just go create something.
Mm-hmm.
Make something for 30 seconds, get it hot on TikTok. People go look for the song. Joint doesn't exist. It's just a little quick piece of something you put together for TikTok. So I get how it can blow up on that. What I'm saying is, when it now comes to you putting this person out to the public in a mainstream way, not just a social media way where it's like it's more gimmicky than anything else, but you're actually trying to push this forward as a legitimate product, people are looking at that and it's just like, yeah, nah, come on with that. I don't see what's going to change that, because I also look at it like, so when you're trying to promote this thing or do shows with this thing, it might work for kids, like a cartoon, but I can't see this work. You might be able to do this avatar thing with children. I don't see you putting out,
like how you gonna do concerts? You gonna do like the hologram concert?
They'll find a way.
Holograph?
They'll find a way.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see how that'll work for grown people who are gonna be like, bro, I am not spending money to go watch a cartoon, to go watch something that's not even real perform. What are you gonna bring this dude in your podcast and talk to the fake version of it? And I'm speaking solely for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to a metaverse concert. I'm not buying.
That's because we're
metaverse.
We're normal people. But for people that spend all day on their phone, that be on TikTok for hours, and I'm speaking to my peers, my age group, like the youth right now.
The Gen Zs?
Call them by their names.
Love you.
Music, especially now, is youth run. The youth is gonna move the needle when it comes to how hot a song is. You know what I'm saying? It's easier for us to sit here and say, we not going to this or we not supporting this and this, that, and the third. But really, especially now, music, we're not even talking about the music anymore. Especially now, people are buying into the personality. People are not really buying into the music. They're buying into the personality and the person first. And then even if the music is spotty, they still going, you know what I'm saying? So when you talk about Cardi B's and these SoundCloud rappers, like all of these dudes look crazy. And they all be on social media on their lives and saying dumb stuff to, whatever. That's because you're buying into the person.
To the person. Mm-hmm.
Not
That's
the
why
music.
we were talking earlier about the whole Beyonce with the Renaissance. Like
Right.
it took her. Beyonce been in the game for 78 years. And it took her up until this album to now say exactly what she wants. She's speaking to black folk on this album. She says to black folk. She's speaking. She said Karen's done turned into terrorists. She is speaking to black people, and she's just like, It took her all of these years to say exactly what she wants and exactly how she feels, and she don't care. And she been in the game forever. Just saying, she's a Gen X. Just saying.
So basically, Gen Zers are ruining this world.
Ruining mainstream music. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Get it together, Gen Zers. We love you. So
it's
what do y'all think?
Soulless bunch.
Soulless.
Hey, hold on. You got to get some top fives out of this, or top threes. Favorite rappers.
Favorite?
You know.
I can't even go underground because y'all don't know these people. So I'm gonna go Busta.
No. Go with yours. Like not.
Don't take mine because I know last time you took mine.
Are you serious?
Busta
is my number one.
Busta has
Number
always been
one.
on my list. Okay, go ahead.
Number one.
Go ahead.
I got Bus.
No particular
Top
order.
3 or top 5?
Do 5.
I got Bus. I got Jay for sure. Rappers, dang. I'll put Griselda in there. I'll just put all 3 of them in one spot. I'm gonna stick with those 3 for now. Let me think on the last 2. Y'all go ahead. But definitely Bus, Hove, Griselda for sure.
Me?
Sure.
Okay. It's no in no order, in no particular order. But I also have some honorable mentions. So, because I got some sub-ins too. So, all right. So I got Busta, I got LL, I got Kane, I got KRS, I got Jay, I got I said Busta.
That's definitely 5.
Yeah.
Okay. My honorable mention is Common, X, and Fab.
Really?
Yeah, and Jada.
Ooh, Kiss might have to be in my 5. Not even gonna lie to you. Kiss might have to be in my 5.
All right, so my number 1 permanent spot will never change. Nasir Jones.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Everything else is not in any order. Big Pun, Jada Kiss, LL Cool J, Common, Mos Def.
I like that list. I like that list a lot.
Yasin,
5 or 6?
Yasin Bey.
I think I gave you 5 or 6. I don't even know. But yeah, that's my list.
To be in my 5 too. Honestly, I listen to too much rap to have 5.
That's why I have my honorable mentions because I can't just be like, ooh.
Yeah, that's hard.
I just break it down like so. For me, it's always between DMX and Mos Def, and then in my mind, I just be like, all right, so who do I listen to more?
Yeah.
And for me, it's like even if it's like 1 spin or 2 spins more, it's always Mos Def.
Okay. Audience, who's your top 5? Dead or alive?
Dead or alive.
Notice I haven't said Tupac or Biggie.
For me, they don't have enough bodies of work for me to cement them in my top. You know what I'm saying?
That's how.
Yeah.
And my honorable mention, honestly, is Mace.
I was going to say Mace because Mace just got a vibe that be like, what you know about? Like when he come out, he just make you smile. That's the only reason why I like him because he make you smile. But yeah.
Fun fact.
Same thing with Fife. Fife makes me smile. Like when you hear him rhyme, he makes you smile. I'm sorry. And I should not do this. Latifah and Missy. I'm sorry.
Does they in your list?
Yes.
Okay.
Like in the honorable mentions or in the top 5?
I'm in my honorable, but Missy goes in my top 5. But I can't take none of them out. So I don't know how.
But here's the thing. Do you think that Missy, and this is not me taking away from, you know what I'm saying, her legacy, but do you think that would you consider her an MC?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that she holds a candle to the rest of the artists? Not take away gender, just focus on talent in a lyrical rapper sense, right? Do you think she holds a candle to the rest of the MCs in your list?
What do you mean? That
You know what I mean? You know?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
But I have no problems with her being in the top 5.
Yeah, no. I
her
get
music's
it. I'm just saying, like, I don't know.
But it's weird.
I think Missy is dope.
No, 100%. It's hard to.
There's not too many dudes that can hang with Missy.
I don't know if she's a rapper though. Like she's kind of like in her own space.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how she falls to me like how you have somebody.
Don't say Pitbull.
No. So how you have like
you're comparing Missy to Pitbull is nuts.
I thought he was gonna say Pitbull.
No, I'm using a totally different type of analogy. So like how you have like people would be like, oh, Chris Brown is an amazing R&B artist, but to me it's like it's R&B but it's more pop. You know what I'm saying? Missy's like that. It's like it's rap. It's not R&B or anything like that. It's rap, but it's something a little bit different. But like to me, she's just. That's why I think she's so unique because she is in a space where it's like, yo, I'm not like doing
you can't really define her.
Like
like, you can't define her
because it's gonna be like, yo, she's gonna go on your rap list. She's not going on your pop list. I don't even know what list you put it on. It's just her. Yeah. Like her and Timbaland had their own thing.
Yeah.
Like because nobody does.
I agree. Yeah.
It's kind of that same argument when you look at the Miseducation. Like, do you label that as an R&B album? Is that a hip hop album? You know what I'm saying? It's just like certain artists and their projects and their artwork don't fit.
They're just artistic. Just like everything all mixed up into one, like a gumbo of an album. Yeah. Anyway, who are your top 5, guys? Let us know, and you can sub in for honorable mentions. Let us know.
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the comments. And are the top 50 worst rappers? Is that list correct? As always, thank you for watching this episode of Up for Debate. Until next time.